Hey Seamilk, what are you doing?
Oh, you woke me up there. I was sleeping on the side of the road next to all these trucks in 48 degrees Celsius heat.
Yeah, I wonder why you're doing that.
Because I learned a lot in China, and I learned that Chinese have a racial bonus, and that is the ability to sleep everywhere and anywhere.
Okay, we're going to talk about this because it's something that a lot of people might not be aware of, and that is Chinese people sleep during the day.
It sounds really weird, but it actually is something you will notice immediately when you get here.
Yeah, so let's hit the road and let's talk about it. Yeah, let's go. Okay, got it. Whoa! What are you doing?
Still off road, hold on. This guy won't let me in. Okay.
I'll slow down.
I got it.
Okay. So, Seamilk, hang on. Gotta get this cramp out of my leg.
I know, I hate that.
And it's because of
Riders will know that
water.
cramp.
Yeah, riders.
Riders hate this
guy. Yeah. 3 easy steps. Anyway. Okay, so the first time I came to China, was on this like business meeting thing, and the whole point was we were going to go to a factory, and go and take a look at some electronic products to import. Anyway, we first went to their office to meet, the sales staff and all that, and I was really shocked, and that's because we walked into the office, and very normal looking office, you've got tables, cubicles, computers, typical stuff, right?
Right.
But half the staff were sleeping on their desks, just like folded over their desks, sleeping.
The boss poisoned him, dude. The mask suicide.
I honestly, my immediate thought was, is the boss out for the day? Are they trying to like sneak some sleep in at work? What's going on here?
A little sweatshop, like get in a nap.
Anyway, I was quite taken aback, but then it turns out that that's actually very normal, and in most offices in China they even have fold-out beds for people to sleep during lunch hour. And
that's right.
It's like a countrywide thing. They have a siesta for sort of 2 hours every day.
That's true.
So, recently there was a study about productivity sort of around the world, and maybe you could talk about that for a minute.
Yeah, very interesting study. They did a study with countries that have enough data from censuses and things like this, and that's an advantage of China.
Yeah, sorry, just almost run off the road by some douche.
Oh, sorry.
Anyway, continue.
That's an advantage of a one-party state like China, is they have access to all this information, so they participated in the study, and they found out that amongst the participating countries, and I can't remember how many there were, but China, pound for pound per capita, had the lowest productivity rate per person in the world, meaning that, for an 8-hour day, if we were talking about an 8-hour work shift, the amount of products produced or sold was the least in the world. Now, there's a reason for that, and a lot of people in the comments, and Chinese people might be offended immediately.
Yeah, be like, what do you mean? You mean we don't work hard?
Yeah, and that has absolutely nothing to do with that. The funny thing is, what it has to do with is sleep, and that's what we're talking about today. So this is how it works. Now, an average work day either starts at 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning, right? Sounds normal, right?
Yep.
But everyone gets to go home, or we'll stay in the office from either 11:30 to 12, and then till 2:30 to 3 o'clock, depending on your job.
So wait, it either starts at 11:30
or 12.
Or 12. It was when lunchtime starts, right? Right. Okay.
So this is your chance to eat and sleep, and everyone will sleep at this time, usually for about 2 hours, right?
Yeah.
So everyone gets this this little siesta. Now the thing is, you'd think that would push the day later, and in schools it does.
Yep.
For example, in America, we get out of school at 2 or 2:30. Yeah. But we don't have this massive break in the middle, whereas Chinese kids will get out at 4 or 5.
Right.
But at work, it's the same. So in America, you get 10, 20, 30 minutes lunch break, and you'd work until 5 or 6, right?
Right.
But the same thing happens here. However, you go back to work at 3, so 2:30 or 3. So you only have a couple more hours in the day to work, to finish up your work. So of course productivity is going to be lower because the work day is actually in practice much shorter.
Right.
So what's going on? What's causing all this weird, midday sleep?
Well, it's really just part of the society, man. That's what they do, is they sleep. I mean, it actually changes society a lot. Yeah. And I mean, let's talk about this. Where I'm from, where you're from too, I'm pretty sure lunchtime is probably the busiest part of the day.
It is.
Right? Because if you're working for a company in an office, you're not allowed to do your own personal stuff during work hours, right?
Right.
What is with this guy? This guy, he keeps trying to overtake us.
Why?
I don't know. And what's he gonna do? Into like half a car?
I'd love to see him pass these cars.
Yeah, anyway. So, you're not allowed to make personal phone calls.
Right.
You're not allowed to go to the bank. You can't shop online. You can't do anything that's personal during work time. You have to focus on your work, right?
Right.
But so what I'm trying to say here is that when lunchtime rolls around, that's your chance.
Yeah.
That's when you make your personal phone calls. That's when you go out to the bank, quickly rush to the bank.
Yeah. Lunch break is when I would go to the bank, and there'd be line.
Maybe go to the shop or go pick that package up or whatever you need to do. You do
either that or after work, right?
Yeah. But you know, lunchtime is a very busy time.
It is.
And because it's a busy time, passing you by the way, because it's a busy time, it's the time when you have to make sure you have staff at work to help people that might come into your office or people that might come into your business. So when I used to work overseas, we'd stagger our lunch breaks, right? So we'd have like half of the staff would get their lunch break at sort of 12, and then you'd have to be back by 1 so that the second group could go out and have their lunch. You know, we used to have
correct. I remember
sort of 45-minute to an hour lunch break, you know?
Same as the USA.
Yeah, so that's the weird thing, is that when it's lunchtime in China, you can call a big corporation and nobody will answer the phone.
Yeah, there's a good chance.
And I mean, I had that in the beginning because I was trying to deal with factories here, so I thought I'll just call them during lunch and make an appointment. So I tried to call and the phone would just ring, and if somebody answered it, I'd say, hey, can I please speak to so-and-so, and they'd be like, well, sorry, they're sleeping now, please phone after 2.
Right.
So it's kind of weird. It really hits the productivity, and you lose a lot of business because of it.
Yeah,
you know?
I would actually say that it is it's also kind of rude. Like, it's akin to me calling you at like 11 or 12 at night if we don't know each other very well, and I'm like, hey, let's set up this meeting, because to Chinese people, it's just as important as going to bed at night.
Yeah,
you gotta get your new nap. And I think like my wife's like that, your wife's like that, right?
Yeah, they get cranky if they don't have their nap.
I didn't have my new nap. It's like an excuse for like not getting shit done.
Yeah, totally. It's ridiculous.
It is a thing. It's a thing. And the thing is, like, I actually want to know.
Yeah.
I want to know what it's like around the world, because there's a bunch of countries we haven't been to, right?
Yeah.
Maybe in some European countries it's the same. Maybe in Spain or France or something.
I believe in Spain. I know definitely it's a Mexican thing, right? Siesta.
Yeah, that's not Spain though.
Yeah, well, I know in Spain, I'm pretty sure they do it too. I could be wrong.
Right. We don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, the productivity thing, you know, I wanted to link that study into this because it is because of sleep, and I think a lot of people don't realize that Chinese people love to sleep during the day, and I think it does actually cut down on how long they sleep at night.
Yeah.
I think they sleep a little bit less at night.
Maybe,
but
yeah, maybe. I mean,
I just can't. The thing is, like, you know how we get used to things here after living here for a long time?
Sure.
That's something you should get used to, because it's like a cultural phenomenon, right? And you used to work at a kindergarten.
Yeah, I got to tell you about that. That's one of the things, again, that shocked me is, first of all, finding out that people sleep, you know, during the day at work in their offices. But then my first job here was teaching kindergarten, and when I was there, they'd have the children have the same sort of 2-hour nap, you know, in the day.
Right.
And they have like a room, and they've got all these little mattresses there for the kids to sleep on. But then they expect the teachers to sleep with the kids in the same room, you know, also on one of those mattresses. And I felt very uncomfortable because, you know, I was a 25-year-old man, you know, and now you try to sleep in this room, and you have all these like 5-6-year-old kids climbing on top of you and wanting to sleep next to you and on you and stuff, and I was like, this is so uncomfortable. So I refused to do it. But it was also a bit dodgy, because you'd get some like 40-something, you know, dodgy looking expats who used to work at the kindergarten and stuff, and they'd be sleeping in there with all the kids, and it just felt very uneasy for me. So
China's one of those countries that doesn't have those preconceived notions of pedophilia and things like that, and that can be a breath of fresh air. It's one of those like personal freedom type, like no big brother type things. But yeah, it is. I can understand why you'd be uncomfortable. I mean, you know, look, coming from where we come from.
I'm totally fine, and I like that about China, because if I'm out in public and filming like a family on the beach or something, or filming people, I don't get people like, what the hell, you're filming kids? I don't get that. And because I'm not coming from a point of view of being a pervert. I'm not going to go take that footage and go home and lock myself in a room with it, you know. That's not what I do. I take that B-roll just to show everybody around the world what China's like, you know, on the streets. So, you know, to me it is a bit of a breath of fresh air, but at the same time it's a bit reckless to allow dodgy sort of old expat men to sleep with all the little children. It's really like, to me, I felt very uncomfortable. Anyway, I used to take that time to actually leave and go out and explore, because I couldn't sleep during the day. Just couldn't bring myself to it. So
right. I get you, dude.
It's really one of those things, you know.
We have to turn left soon.
Okay, yeah. It's one of those things that you'll find really kind of shocks you when you get here, because you wouldn't think it, but everybody sleeps during the day here, man.
They do.
Anyway, anything you'd like to say before we sign off?
I want to say that whether you're someone that likes to sleep away your entire existence in life...
Turning left or straight?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. Soon.
All right.
Whether you like to sleep away your entire life,
Yeah.
and throw away everything and just kind of dream through the day,
Yeah.
you know, instead of getting stuff done. Just kidding, by the way.
Yeah.
Or whether you're someone that likes to have and, you know, wake up and seize the day, grab your coffee and get shit done.
Yeah.
I don't really care. It's fine. Do whatever you want. It's your life. But I implore you to go downstairs and hit that like button, leave a little comment there, maybe subscribe. But there's a thing that recently people have been whining about, and I'm pretty pissed off too.
Yeah.
Is that they're saying I'm not seeing your videos pop up in the notification feed, you know?
Yeah.
So there's this weird little stupid, what's it called, a bell? Little bell next to that subscribe button. So click that if you want to be notified about the videos, because, you know, YouTube's not being very nice to us.
Yeah, sure, that's absolutely right. Anyway, also, I do think it's a waste of time to sleep during the day, because you could be doing so much during that time. Absolutely. You could be going out there conquering the world. You could literally go out there.
You could conquer southern and northern China.
You could meet the man of your dreams, or the woman of your dreams. You could, you know, go out there and suddenly make an invention, or, you know, like figure something out.
Make an invention.
You never know what you could do if you're actually awake and not sleeping your life away. So guys, don't waste your day by sleeping through the day. There are better things to do.
I met my wife at 1 p.m. by the way.
Yeah, there we go. So she was taking her noon nap.
She wasn't taking her noon nap that day, thank the Lord.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, what I'm trying to say here is, if you sleep your life away, or you do kind of go out and do interesting things and you're an amazing person, it doesn't matter, because we love you all the same. So, you know the drill, guys. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay awesome.